Hey guys, welcome to another glorious episode of the ForeverVerse, a mysterious tale of our explorers jumping from life to life, facing game mechanics that are not their own, hoping that one day the next adventure will be the one to lead them home. You know it, you've heard it, you know Jason and Amy have another wonderful song this week, so let's just get straight to hearing it. This one's called The Calm Before the Storm. Take it away.
I can't wait to go, but now is not the time. I'm not in control because this life ain't mine. And everyone is scared to see what's down the road. And I just wanted to explode. It's the calm before the storm. It's the hope before the swarm. It's the waiting for the tempest to take form. It's the writing on the wall. It's the jump before the fall. It's the time you don't know anything at all. The clock is ticking fast, but never fast enough. The seconds inching past, it's time to call their bluff. There's a monster waiting for me right behind the door. I can't wait to see just what it has in store. It's the calm before the storm. It's the hope before the swarm. It's the waiting for the tempest to take form. It's the writing on the wall. It's the jump before the fall. It's the time you don't know anything at all. It's the waiting, anticipating, where everything around is shades of gray. It's the waiting, anticipating, get it over with so I can go my way. I can go my way. I can go my way.
They get better every single week. Seriously, I don't know what we do without you guys. I am blessed to have such great musicians in our wonderful little team of adventurers with us.
ForeverVerse album dropping.
I know, right?
Woo!
And actually, Amy, is your songs in the key of D&D out yet?
No, we're gonna have
No.
it released later in February.
Release in February. Great, cool.
Right.
Well, expect a double album with it together. Who knows? I'm saying things on behalf of Amy Vorpahl.
Yeah, don't promise things you can't hurt.
I was gonna say, Ivan, are you releasing an album too?
Yeah, no, it's true. Amy, get on that. Guys, we have a lot to cover today because as our adventures left, things were heating up immediately. So we're gonna jump right into this little adventure as soon as Amy clears the camera. So let's just skip the announcements and get straight into our adventure. The ForeverVerse continues right now. Dice everywhere. Team, I think you may or may not remember, but there was a lot going on at the end of last week's episode.
Wait, totally blank. What? No, I'm just kidding.
But if you need a little fresh reminder, and for those of us who are live that might be joining us for the first time this week, our little group is still in the midst of Thea in the world of the Seventh Sea, a swashbuckling high seas adventure role-playing game in which our players are very dramatic and one would say very difficult to kill, I've learned, as a GM in this game.
Have you been trying?
Excuse me. How would you know how difficult we are?
I'm just saying that you guys can take a lot of punishment, is all I'll say. The system actually allows for that because it is all about the drama of what is going on. And there is nothing more dramatic right now than the hanging of Edward Mercus, which is going on right at this very moment.
Extremely dramatic.
So, our little group has found themselves amongst a row of bleachers amongst the respected community of Mercleon inside of Fort Oxenford, just east of the small fishing village, which currently sits upon a high bluff outlooking the ocean. 4 parapets and high walls are what currently guard a large open court that you can see amongst here. A wooden stage was temporarily erected that stands 10 feet above the ground and has as many as 6 men and 1 woman standing upon it in the various stages of grief. The wood in which the stage was built shows signs of being hastily put together, but is nonetheless erected as part of 2 centerpieces here, which are large wooden beams that supposedly will hold the fate of these 6 individuals. Guards stand on either edge of the steps, as well as towers that are currently manned, as well as towers, and a man with a black hood currently putting the black cloth of the condemned over the head of our members of the community and 1 outcast. On a high balcony looking out of the court, you see the robed and dignified presence of Angelico, assistant to the Duke Palfrey, accompanied by the mayor, who just joined him on top of the balcony, leading up to the top.
There goes Plan A.
There is a lone woman, and the only one there who appears to be not tense or overly concerned in any particular way. She stands with a smile on her face as the hood is placed over her. You look at her, and you can tell if given a sword, she could dispatch any in her way. But at the moment, she is unarmed, tied up, and seems to be sitting in the midst of fate with everyone else. You can definitely see Edward Mercus, who, describing the various stages of grief that I said earlier, seems to be within the part of anger and acceptance that I would say at this point. And you are amongst a large crowd. Now, I was planning on having everybody's minis available today, but as they say, no plan survives enemy contact. So we have Jade, or Nicole.
Ooh, we got 1.
Someone may have not put their mini in their bag.
Well, now hopefully you'll remember in future.
They're
Actually,
all represented by 1 woman.
they're all, this is your group.
Shining beacon. Yes.
So I'll have a couple of these minis. Or you know what? No, people who didn't actually. It's not Jason, Amy, or Hector's fault the minis aren't here yet, but they are going to be dice nevertheless.
But it is Damien's fault.
But it is absolutely
Okay, just wanted to put that out there.
I mean, it's not a dart in the neck, but, you know.
It's definitely making up for it. It's getting there.
Dart in the neck in the rain under the tree.
Yeah. Not a dart in the neck and rain under the tree, but it is of a
All
lot of
right,
inconvenience.
adventurers. You can see as Angelico is currently hushing the crowd, and you can continually, as this crowd continues to hush amongst all of the erratic talking that you can hear amongst the presence of Angelico, assistant to the Duke, coming to such a, what many people assume to be a pretty low status hanging, you know, being traitors to the crown, every single one of them. And the only noise that you can hear amongst the low whispering of the people amongst you is the consistent banging of the angry mob that is still outside of the gates of Fort Oxenford and are doing everything they can to yell, "Get inside," without being impaled by the city guard. Any thoughts before Angelico goes into his probably very schmarmy and righteous
Thoughts
monologue?
are now it's too late for all of our planning.
Yeah, I know. All the plans we had.
What was all of your planning?
The mayor was still downstairs. I was gonna go grab
You were
him.
gonna talk to
before
the mayor. I was talking about sneaking out the prisoners before.
Right. Yeah. There was a lot of
Unfortunate.
things that did not come to pass. Woo!
The mayor was going to be probably a very difficult sell anyway. There's no way you're going to be able to convince the mayor amidst his crowd of people. I mean, if there's any proof that you can bring that Edward Mercus is currently innocent.
Do we have a sharpshooter in our group?
Who's got good aim?
I've got weaponry 2. What is it? Weaponry and what else?
No, it's aim.
It's aim.
Oh, it's aim.
And
Nope.
Zero aim.
weaponry
Zero
would be
aim.
the use of edged weapons.
I
Got
also
it.
have one aim.
Yeah.
I got one aim. Not
Okay,
a single
alright.
one of us thought to sharpshoot.
Here's what I would like to do. I want to get into a better position to, if they do hang someone, to shoot the thing.
Shoot the rope?
Stella, go!
Shoot the noose. Shoot the rope.
Shoot the noose, shoot the rope. Love it.
And so I think that would be up on the parapets.
Okay, do you want to try to position yourself into an area where you could potentially get a better line of sight onto
Yes.
the items?
Yes.
The items being the nooses, of course. Okay.
Yeah, so I think what I'll do is head to the back of the crowd and find perhaps there are staircases in the walls, right? Or
There was definitely staircases. You'd have to go to the side towers
okay, in the side towers.
and then probably climb up the parapets and head yourself to the walls.
Okay, well, I'll lean over to Milton and say, I think in case this goes awry, I don't think I should be in the fight. I'll be on the outside shooting in with my single-shot flintlock rifle. I have one shot.
We have more than one. Should somebody pass for another?
You've been firing a
Take
lot
this
of
one.
pistols,
Oh,
though. So
yeah.
remember that they still need to be loaded and.
I have one shot per load.
Yes. So that gives you 2 flintlock pistols. In essence, 2 shots. Right.
You want to?
I got the joke.
I know.
I started giggling and then I saw Jason and then I just lost him.
It's gonna be very. Whatever it is, it's gonna be very. She's gonna shoot Edward Marcus in the head. It's gonna be.
Oh man.
Yeah, double load in that shot. So.
It's okay. I think I've got it.
Oh, we're sure you do.
I have a question. Do we have any, like Ivan mentioned earlier, like proof? I'm forgetting the stuff that we've collected
Okay.
in this crazy.
We have the
event.
white mask of the.
the Grand Inquisitor.
Well, no. We have 2.
Yeah, one that was Angelico's with the gemstones in it.
Yeah, we have 2 Angelico's masks. One is angry, and one is. One is angry, and
one is laughing.
one is laughing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we have anger, we have laughter, and then we have one of the Inquisitor's robes, and then we have one of the plain white masks that they were
Okay.
wearing. So we have all of those things, and remember the mask is like magically matched to Angelico's face.
Presumably.
Presumably, well, at least,
is
well, okay,
that?
all right. It's a perfect match. At least one of the masks is a
Is that
perfect match
something
to
that's
his
gonna
face.
like people are gonna like be able to hold up in whatever court of law we have? Like
I don't really see it. No,
Yeah.
it's just I don't can't see
it's
it.
gonna
No,
be.
look.
Well,
it's gonna
I'm just
be-
saying- I'm
it's
just
gonna
saying
be
if
Johnny
we could-
Cochran, if the glove doesn't quit, it doesn't fit. He must have quit situation. People are gonna be like, it doesn't fit. Like it's not gonna.
I'm saying
hold
if
up.
we had been able to get it to a diplomatic situation where we were going to discuss it, which I think is really past at this point, unfortunately,
Okay.
it may have come in handy.
Another thing we could do is, like Jade suggested, she wanted to put it on. She wanted to put on.
Pop on that robe and be like,
It might
what
have.
up,
We
High
don't know what sort of
Inquisitors?
powers it has, but it could assist us.
Of course, they could be like, "Holy crap!
What
it's a
up,
Vaticine interloper," and fire on you and take you out immediately.
I think this is enough delineation at this point as you two are all sitting amongst the crowd, currently waiting for Angelico to hush
Okay.
everyone
Okay,
amongst you.
so
yeah,
then
we
that-
could not
Well,
come to a decision of
I'll
action.
sneak off to
You
the
want to try to do our
back and
thing?
pretend
Yeah.
like I'm
If you
looking
have
for the
approaches, please speak them now.
I want to sneak over to a position where I could potentially open the gates to
Open the
let the
gates?
Floodo people in.
All right, fair
I
enough.
would like to assist her in that by being some muscle for the guards I know are standing there, looking to prevent such an action from happening.
Great. I think we could probably, for you, Nicole, we could do some finesse plus hide. Get over there as your approach.
I'm not really gonna be hitting. I'm just gonna kind of wander in that area. And
Right, but you want to provide the muscle in case stuff happens as part of your approach, and that's cool because that's absolutely brawn.
Yes.
And if you want to be able to use that for like brawling later, you're welcome to add the brawl to it. Because remember, we're doing our approaches, and then you're going to spend your raises as this situation escalates.
Yes.
Yes, because that's how the 7th Sea works.
I would like to make my way amongst the people waiting, so that at the opportune time I can.
You can do magic.
Well, I can make them rise up.
You can.
I can inspire them.
Well, how about
charge?
How about some panache and convince then for your approach?
That sounds good.
And then Alejandro.
Wouldn't it be intimidate though? Could it intimidate?
Yeah,
I'm going to hang back because I don't know what is going to happen.
Not quite
I
intimidating.
have honestly no idea what the end goal of this situation is, or what it will be, or who will die or who will live, or how we are supposed to.
Do you care who
save
lives or who
anybody.
dies?
I don't know if I do.
Okay.
Remember, I just spoke to a man named Yimmy
Yes.
out in the woods who told us we're not even supposed to be here.
Yeah.
I have a boat. Get on our boat with us, or get onto a boat.
Well, he wasn't
and
really
go
about
to
getting on the boat with
another. Say that again.
He wasn't like get on the boat with me. He said the boat I'm on is bad. Remember?
He
Like,
did say
these are
that. He
bad
said it
people.
is bad, but you're not even supposed to be here. You're supposed to go and find a portal. So I'm like, even if we save this guy, Edward Merkis, are we going to save everybody?
I
Are
like
we going
it.
to stop this from happening? I'm going to hang back and put my hand on my sword.
You are. I love this. This is Santiago inside of Alejandro is kind of having a little bit of a meta moment. Like here, what's the point? What are we doing?
Yes, I ask myself that every day. What are we doing?
What are we doing?
I say what's the point, but I appreciate you.
Great. Well, then roll your raises as you hear Angelico start
Oh,
to
sorry.
speak.
What do I raise if I'm going?
I think I asked you to do finesse.
Okay.
Because you're trying to get in a position to do this thing, right?
Yes.
So how about a little bit of finesse and athletics since you're going to be climbing or sneaking around? Do you want to sneak or do you want to hide? As your primary approach.
I don't know that they would
Sneak
care.
or hide. Sneak or run. I'm sorry.
I think I would play it as if I'm looking to get a better. I'm just looking to get a better vantage point.
You probably don't know that they probably won't allow you to sit on the high parts of the wall since that's kind of non-civilian areas. So think of it like having to get past the VIP rope.
Okay, then I'm definitely going to try to seduce my way past it.
Okay, sounds like a very Stella thing to do.
Yeah, so that may be, what do you think? Panache?
That's probably more panache and convince.
Okay.
And that's your approach to be getting in there. Remember, your raises will be available for the rest of this situation.
Okay,
so keep
cool.
that in mind.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you.
Rolling.
Angelico calms everyone with a wave of his hand as the mayor sits by him and goes, Citizens of Mercleon, I welcome all of you in this dark day in which we might bring judgment of the 3 prophets upon these traitors of the crown. As you have heard, these 6 individuals have been conspiring a plot against our fair Queen Elaine. And you can hear as people are rising up in her name. He goes, yes, I know. Our fair Queen Elaine. And, unfortunately, not everyone in Avalon feels the same as we do, and would rather see rebellion and strife brought upon this fair and peaceful land. It is with a great sadness that I must condemn these 6 to die. And I ask that you, our great purveyors of this fair city of Avalon, to go and speak to your fellow countrymen and tell them of the evils of what is currently leaking inside of this countryside. People are hushed, and you can see they're absorbing this information at the moment, and many of them still whispering or looking to each other and being like, yes, no, the Vatican, that's who wants to kill Elaine. That's sure of it. We've been at decades of war with them. Why? That's, of course, they would be the ones conspiring against our queen. Now, before you hang by the neck until in which you are dead, Is there anything the condemned would like to say? And you see as the woman, the first one to speak up, of course, takes a step forward, her rope literally kind of giving herself a little bit of a 45-degree angle as she steps off of the platform as if a stage actor inside of a great play addresses the people of Mercleon.
I like her.
And she stands there with, if her hands weren't tied, you could potentially tell that her arms would be open as she addresses the audience in a very playful manner. Ah, yes, you delicious little worms, all of you who truly think that this is something of a conspiracy. I tell you that it is. And this man, though, seeing it, and you hear Angela goes, "Stop! Say no more! You, the worst of all, Miss Reyes. You have pillaged and plundered for the last of this time, and your kind more of all, even beyond the Vaticine. You pillage and rape across the sides of the waters, and for what name? Glory and fame? How dare you?" She goes, "Shut up, you copious old pig."
Oh, girl!
As I was saying, it was a pleasure to know all of your faces, because I soon hope to see all of them hanging upon my mast. And with that, adieu. And at that moment, you hear the sounds of explosions. Oh, good.
I knew it.
Giant explosions as the side of this canister where you saw the garrison was, so
Yeah.
to speak, on here. Boom, 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 as black powder and smoke explode everywhere, and you see a man flying from the side of the steps with a Wilhelm scream.
Wilhelm.
as orange and black basically erupts from the corner of the fort. You pinpoint them, Nicole, as where you saw those barrels
Nice.
that were inside of the garrison, and you watch as every single person turns to go and face the flames, of course. And you can see from the very top of the hillside, two arrows, crossbow bolts, just succinctly as you hear them from the back, and you watch as these two archers fall down from the side of the parapet as you see several armed men with cutlasses and knives
Let's make
yeah,
things
they are.
easier.
Yeah.
Did you get to your friends?
swing onto the side of the wall, and you can
It's a full-scale pirate attack.
it's a scale pirate attack as they leap over to the wall, and one of them starts engaging with his sword, and you see these two taking grappling hooks and throwing them up to the top of this single long tall piece of wood here, wraps around it, and they swing on either side, jumping to the side of this, the singular person amongst six on this stage. Yes.
Are all three of the guards that are guarding the gate now looking towards the center and not at the gate?
They're looking towards this side over here. Yeah,
The
so
explosions.
towards the explosion, of course, with their
You
eyes
can open the gate.
as
Yeah.
debris starts to fly. So, do you want to open the gate?
I would love to take that opportunity to just
You will have to.
Bye.
You will have to you'll either have to spend 2 raises to lock it without opening, or you will have to kill a man in order to get into it, because there is a man guarding the gate at the moment.
So there is still one that's
Yes.
guarding the gate.
Well, he's in the parapet here, in the side. So.
Am I seeing that she's making a decision?
Jade
Yes, she-
Nicole
I'll say-
struggle.
I'll
There's
say,
a Jade Nicole struggle
I'm
going
gonna look.
on right now.
I'm gonna look at the guard who's standing in her way.
Yeah.
And go, combat! We must see if they need assistance.
All right, do you want to spend a raise to convince him out of the way?
Yes.
All right,
Awesome.
spend a raise, and you watch as he runs to see the fallen body of his friend as he picks him up and
Oh, sad.
Fritz! They've got Fritz! Lousy stinking pirates!
That was not.
They got Fritz!
Faithless's accent, by the way. I just realized.
That's okay.
You're allowed that. As he runs over to get his comrade, and you can spend a raise to lift the
Totally,
gate.
yep.
All right, now what are our raises now? Since I know we spent 2 raises already, but where are we at? With
After
raises?
spending?
After spending. So you're still at 3? And
Yep.
still at 3?
You still have 4.
And you're at 4, and you're at 1. Oh, man.
Do not forget.
Yeah, well, but I mean, my plan was
If you need it.
Okay, if I need it, I will grab them.
I'm just saying we should. Are there less in here?
I don't know. You've been spending it, yes?
We have
feel
been
like there-
spending some.
We only spent like 1.
Do we have
I don't have any in my
messing
box.
with
less
our
than 10?
bowl.
Someone's been in our Betty Bowl.
Maybe we're missing like 1 or 2, but well, if we had 10, and I think we spent like there's a hair in here too.
We only spent one.
We spent the hair.
We spent the hair.
We only spent one last week.
Oh, I don't have them in my bowl, so I didn't take them from you. They might be still on top.
How many are left there? 8 or 9?
There's 8 in there.
Okay.
Because these little pieces of things, they count.
They count. Yeah.
Yeah.
Jack. Oh yeah, there's a bunch here, dude.
Remember, your max is 10.
Our max is 10.
Yeah.
Ooh, Japanese Kit Kats. Anybody want?
After the Japanese stuff you and Jessica ate on Mothership, I don't think I trust that.
No, that's okay.
I have no idea what's in here because it's
Thank
in
you.
Swedish.
Well,
Or extra
Stella,
Norse.
you have 5 still.
4.
So you're at the highest amount of raises at the moment.
Okay.
Is there a reaction you would like to play on this situation?
Yeah, I think I'm still gonna try to get up to the parapets because I think I could make an even if I don't use my gun, I can get out of the fray, see where exactly I'd be needed most, and kind of dramatically fall there.
Got it. So, in this situation, you're actually in a good position because the men are distracted. So normally that would be giving you a consequence to this, but there doesn't seem to be any consequences at the moment.
Okay.
Because they're all so distracted. So spending a single raise will get you up there without any problem. There is an opportunity for you if you'd like to spend a raise in order to either disarm or acquire maybe another set of keys or something from the guard as you go.
Yes. As I and maybe I'm just running into one guard at this point.
Yes.
Then okay. As I run up the stairs to the parapet, I run into a guard and I accidentally like bump into him with my chest and I'm so sorry. I need to get out of here. I'm so afraid. And I hug him and I think he's probably a little bit shaken. Like a beautiful woman.
So,
Yes,
I'll get you up, ma'am. Come. You're going the wrong way. The gate is downstairs. You shouldn't be
Well,
going.
you're right. I should totally be more concerned with downstairs. And I knee him in the nads.
As he tumbles down the stairs. What did you want to grab from him?
His keys.
He grabs. So you click the keys as he rolls down the stairs, and you run up the parapet up to the top, and now you are sitting along the side of the walls.
Great.
All right.
And I have my gun drawn just in case.
Great. So that gives you 3 left. So you watch as these 2 men who summarily, one takes his sword and cuts the noose, taking the hood off the top of her head, while the other one takes his sword and clips off of the bonds that are currently holding her hand together, and then grabs a very jeweled, beautiful-looking scabbard that has a long saber inside of it and tosses it to her as she lifts it up and in one motion grabs it with the scabbard out and lops off the person right to the side of her.
Is it a...
Wait, a guard?
Yeah.
Or
No, one of the condemned.
Oh, shit.
As he falls down to the ground, she grabs the guard right next to him and gives him a passionate kiss, and she pulls him back, grabs the other guard next to him, gives him a passionate kiss, and then they all grab a rope together and they start to descend on this side of the stairs.
She didn't just kill Mercus, did she?
She's on the guard side?
No,
those are
No, her
probably
guys. Her guys.
no, her guys. Her pirate.
The pirate guys.
Her
came in.
pirate comrades.
But were her pirates disguised as guards?
No.
Oh, because I thought you said she kissed a guard.
By her guards, her personal
Oh,
guards.
her guard! Alright, got it.
These are important details.
So
I
what
apologize.
you want is us to stay here and make sure they don't leave the... No.
No, her personal guard as they swing down.
And were any of them part of the condemned? Any of the pirates part of the condemned other than her?
No.
Okay.
No, they seem to be, except for the man who just had his head lopped, which was not Edward Mercus, by the way.
Thank you.
Mercus is over here on the farthest
That's
of the
so
riots.
sad. Why would she do
How
that?
are the peasants reacting?
Pirate!
Terrified. Pirate. No, they're terrified.
I was willing to try to work with her, but you're going to go lopping off people's...
Kill her and steal her ship.
Well, wait, we don't know.
Yeah, bro.
We don't know if the dude that whose
That
head
was
she
a
took off was
shiny
guilty.
sword.
What if he was guilty?
He wasn't guilty.
We don't know that.
You see these guards, one with the pike, take an attempt to basically run one of the men through, and he easily kind of slips off to the side and starts engaging in him with hand-to-hand combat as Reyes and the other pirate jump down the 10-foot and do a tuck and roll as they continue to come along the side. And by the way, the crowd is panicked and they're screaming. People are on the floor.
Yeah.
Some are just staying where they are huddled up. But most of them are running towards the exit of the gate, of which you, at that moment, opened as you see a mob of participants and viewers and seagulls
Subscriber.
run straight towards you.
As the people are running towards me from outside, I want to yell, "Save the villagers! Save your fellow townfolk!"
Oh, you want to convince them for a riot?
We got 10 in there.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna hope
Yeah,
that they can
and
get in there and get the guys and get.
All right.
freak out.
I will assist her.
Okay, so you only spend one raise because that was your original approach. But it's 2 raises for you if you want to basically inspire the mob while you inspire at least some of the town folk,
Right.
you know, to what's going on. So would you like to do that?
Yes. I'm gonna do
So
that.
there is a consequence to this potentially. You are going to get trampled very quickly here. All right.
Okay.
So there's a raise in you at the moment to not basically get pummeled by the people who are trying to leave
Okay.
this
I'm
situation.
very Trixie-like.
Okay.
Just going out finesse that one.
Yeah.
But so you're good with spending 3 raises on this?
Yep.
All right, cool. And there's really no consequence for you at the moment, but there is an opportunity. All right? There is an opportunity, Milton, to either get on the stage yourself, okay,
Yeah.
or potentially go and follow, track, shadow the escaping pirates at the moment.
Oh, that seems tempting.
I feel like as an old man, I would just be like, let me get on the stage. I'm not gonna chase those pirates.
Okay, so Milton, you...
Seen better days.
You come up as they are currently doing everything they can to engage, and you can see all of these men are currently coming in, and one of them, by the way, as they come around the side, you can see it looks like to be a guard of some sort, and this was one of the archers over here, so he's going to take a draw at this point on this round. Okay, so who still has raises left?
I still have 3.
You still have 3?
Get it.
Anything that needs doing.
Well, you tell me, Damion. This is a very...
Where are we? Okay, so
Lots of happening.
There's quite a bit happening. The pirates are escaping.
They are escaping, and they are pirates fighting along this wall, which is the one leading to the seaside, by the way. Surprise, surprise.
Right. Don't need the boat. We don't need to. Anybody got any snow? We think there's not much. I mean, I guess I could start cutting nooses.
Yes.
That
Let's get
or-
those.
or-
Let's get ours because they're just rescuing one person.
And then they killed somebody randomly. But I mean, I
Yeah.
could at least get marked.
Well, the mob is incited
Well, I was
to
going to say,
save the people.
the mob's going to do that, so I can not blow my cover there in doing that.
Right.
Oh, sure.
Also, something needs to be done about Angelico.
He's up on the parapet, though.
true.
What are we going to do? And if you shoot at him, he's got that blood magic thing. I don't think I even have a pistol. And shooting at him, once again, kind of blows what little cover we have.
May I inspire you with something?
I would love to be inspired, sir.
All right. This stage is 10 feet high. That parapet is maybe 15 feet high.
Oh, my.
Oh.
Kill him, jump on him, and kill him.
So, I, with this newfound information, would like to leap up, pull myself up onto the stage,
Fateless is
take a
taller
couple
than 5
steps,
feet.
running
so-
leap up onto the parapet to confront Mr. Angelico.
Okay. What was your original approach? Was to just provide some muscle to this?
Yeah, well, no, it was. I did brawn and brawl. I think was my original.
Brawl. Yeah, that's right. That's fine. I think that's worth.
I think
a
we're still
raise.
in there. Yeah.
So here's the dangerous situation and how to best approach it. You have raises to spend left. Obviously, one will get you up on top of Angelico in order to initiate a duel with him.
Oh man, duel time again.
There is a consequence to this of falling and potentially falling from 15 feet,
Which would not be.
which would suck.
Yeah, I've done that.
And there is an opportunity here to maybe take out one of these guards on the way that's on the stage currently smattering the pirates.
Okay, I would like to knock the guard out, though. I'm not trying to kill the guard.
You just want to...
Yeah, give him a nice little... nice little... Take him out of the...
So that'd be 3 then?
Yes, sir. That will do
Great.
all of my raises.
All right, all your raises. So, would you like to describe it for me?
Okay. So, Fateless is standing. He notices that after he distracted the guard, Nicole is good and ready to go. And he's looking around. He's watching everybody. You know, the mass is just throng, just hitting each other and crowding at each other and trying to figure out what they're going to do. And he looks over and he sees Angelico kind of probably standing there kind of smiling a little bit like, okay, this isn't really what I wanted, but this will work nonetheless. And he's gripped with rage.
Cool.
He takes 3 running steps, leaps up, grabs, and vaults up onto the stage, running at him, eyes directly at Angelico, letting him know what is coming. He runs, and with his prodigious size and brawn, he just leaps up both arms, and as he leaps, draws his axe and his sword, and sorry, back up. He's running 2 steps across the stage, wiping out one of the guards with a mighty back fist. Eyes never leaving Angelico. Runs up, just tremendous leap. As he leaps, sword and axe coming out, and lands in front of him and says, "Villain!" Because his accent's kind of soft, so like the bass is hard to get in the villain. I can't. What? So his accent is here. So villain. That's kind of
good.
Villain. Yeah. So
Also, it being whispered is equally terrifying.
yeah, it's terrifying. Okay, yeah. So with weapons drawn, and Mayor, this man is not who he appears.
All right, the mayor is terrified. Fateless! What are you doing? Oh my! What are you saying?
I'm gonna grab one of the masks, which I happen to have just appropriated at some point in the melee.
I'm sure you did.
And drop it, not at Angelico's feet, because he might put it on, but just drop it at my feet and say, oh, the one with the hatchet.
With the hatchet that
mark
you split apart
Yes.
and brought back down, and just drop it at your feet.
Yeah, drop it at my feet and so I removed this from the man myself in questionable circumstances.
Is Angelico, is this true? And you can see as Angelico stands and looks at you, as again the chaos of melee is coming about here. What an absurd story.
Jesus.
How dare you? And where did you even procure such a unique and individual item? Are you responsible for this chaos in melee? Mayor, I do believe you should escort yourself out.
Do I want to put it on his face, or is it
There is
give him an ability?
This man is clearly dangerous and is inciting a riot amongst your townfolk.
Are you really attempting to put this on me, when it is you who is doing everything?
We are going to come back to that, because that's fine. But let's see what's going on in the rest of the pit downward.
Right.
So Stella, you're in a position up here. Who still has raises left over?
I have 2 left.
Okay.
Where's the pirate lady going?
She is heading towards this wall.
Okay, I want to cut her off. I'm going to run across the parapet.
Ooh, be careful.
Some giant running. So with 1 raise, because
She's a little bloodlusty, that one.
because of crazy amazingness that is the 7th sea.
Yes.
I will absolutely let you for a single raise, basically with, I imagine you with your stiletto heels, just click, 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 and vaulting over stuff just to get on this side. As you come across through one of the towers, you come out through one of the open doorways to see a guard fighting off with a pirate as he is summariously stabbed with one of his sabers as he falls down to the ground dead, toppling over the side of the hill.
Man, people dropping left and right.
As the pirate basically takes one of the flags of Mercleon and runs his blade over it to clean the blood before sheathing it back in and starts pulling a rope with a grappling hook, fixing it onto the side of the tower.
Okay, so I'm running up, I see, as I come out of the darkness of that one covered tower, I come out and I go, oh, what have we here? And I stand with my hands on my hips and my like hand on my other hand on my chest, and I breathe at him.
You see as one of you turns, as another, as he turns to you, as he's fixing it, he turns to you and goes, "You're What do we have here?
Well, that was the question I just asked you.
You be a bit of a beauty coming to see the show, are ye?
Coming
He's still working as he's talking with you, by the
Great,
way.
coming to request a way out. You wouldn't happen to have a room on your ship for one more?
Oh, I'm sorry, my dear. This is a one-way ticket out, as they say. But I do say I do say that there's a bit of a dandy in you that I wouldn't mind bringing you back myself. He starts running up to you as if he's literally just going to pick you up like a bag of feed and sling you over his shoulder.
Okay, I allow it.
Okay, so he grabs you, slinging you over the shoulder as he takes the rope down and tosses it, leaving basically a realm of like a rappel line
Okay.
to get up the side of the wall.
So my
Oh, it's turning out to be a pretty amazing day.
okay, I play along.
Okay.
Oh, this is my dream come true. I never thought I'd be in the arms of such a strong man.
I love the eye roll.
He can't see it.
Such conviction. Milton, you're up on the stage. Look at those subs. Thank you.
Thank you.
Woo.
I kind of want to,
10 already, right?
since I'm assisting
Yeah.
her
For as far as
in inciting the.
inciting, yes. So
Yeah.
that was you spent that raise, right?
Yeah, right. So I'm on the stage now.
Right. You're on the stage because you spent that opportunity to get up there, and you're amongst. This isn't a dangerous situation. If you wanted to start taking nooses off and taking head caps off.
Yeah,
Hoods.
absolutely.
Yeah, let me help you. This shouldn't be here.
What is life?
I definitely grab Edward.
Yeah.
For sure.
Come with me, Edward.
Oh, and you see his
We'll take
Milton.
you to safety.
Oh, Milton. Oh my God. What are you doing here?
We're here to rescue you.
Oh, praise the gods. Oh, thank you. I was sure that we were going to be hung. Oh.
So were we, but you can thank us and thank the pirates, apparently.
Oh, well, I never thought I would ever be in the depth of a pirate. Let's get out of this terrible situation.
Yes, let's immediately.
We see as weeping men and women who he is helping come down are bringing in, as you watch these two guards continue to kind of get down to the side of the pit and start trying to manage the mob, as this man...
Can I yell at something to the mob?
Yeah.
Okay.
What do you want to yell?
Well, okay. Technically, so those guards, though, they're not Vadicine guards, right?
These guards?
Yeah.
No, these are clearly jailers or town guards. They're essentially glorified town guards that are meant to manage the prison. This is a military fort that also serves as a prison. So these are military men.
Right. Because I'm just trying to think of what I would say to the crowd to subdue the guard.
Well, that's fair, because at the same time while you're thinking about it, you see as this man draws a bow back and you watch as an arrow comes across and hits the beam, bung, right close to you, like as you're thinking, pondering. You just,
Okay,
watch
so
it comes
I
right
go
next
out
to
on the
you.
stage and I'm like,
Citizens of Mercleon, children of Avalon, rise up against these foreign oppressors. Who are these Vadicine fools making you do their bidding? Take them down!
And they're waiting. They're looking at who you're pointing at. Who are you pointing at? Who are the Vadicine dogs? Where are they?
I'm pointing. I guess I point at like.
They've turned you against each other. They've turned brother against brother. Subdue these guards that are doing the bidding of the foreigners.
What? The guards? What? How can they be Vadicine? What?
They're doing their bidding.
The bidding? Who's bidding?
The Vadicine's bidding.
Where's the Vadicine?
Right behind me, he's fighting my friend.
What? And Helico?
Yes.
Hey, a couple of
That was a heck of a conversation you guys just had.
a couple are like confused and a little mulled about it, as they're seem to be just as more concerned for their life as for anything else. They're like, kill the pirates! Don't just save us! What are we doing out here? This is a terror. And you see as they all kind of are rushing. Unless you have more raises to kind of point out what's going on here, people are pretty much going to be.
yeah. I'll take one. I'll
Okay.
take one.
Right now, they're mostly concerned about the woman who just lopped a man's head off.
Yeah, that's a concern.
That's
The mob
what-
is?
the mob is primarily concerned about this pirate squad, which the guard is attempting to, subdue, so to speak. So the mob is they're looking at him and go, no, he's the assistant to Duke Palfrey. He's on our side. We're supposed to be hanging Vaticine.
No, he is Vaticine.
As you're pointing at Magnum, yelling Vaticine, there are some people who are catching that, but completely unarmed. I guess I'm interested into what the rest of your approach is on this. Do you want them to rush the guards at this point? Do you want them just to subdue them so that they can get them out?
Yeah.
Is that what you... Okay.
Yeah.
Spend a raise.
Let's cause chaos.
Let's cause chaos.
Take advantage of the chaos.
You watch as the mob, of course, trying to beeline out, are basically doing stadium halftime tactics, going towards the beer stands, and they're basically just pinned up against the wall as just the sheer amount of folks who, attempting to exit are just pretty much making them, out of the play, so to speak. So on Santiago / Alejandro, I feel like I haven't given you an opportunity to do an approach yet at this point.
I initially hung back.
Yeah.
But what I wanted to do is I wanted to ask if it was possible for me to see the exchange between Stella and that pirate. Because what I want, as soon as shit blew up and went down, I wanted my approach to be, and I want my approach to be, I want to see what these pirates are how they're planning to escape. I want to see what they have over the edge of the wall. I want to see if there's ships down there. I want to see what's going on. So if that includes sneaking and observing, that's what I want.
I think from this standpoint, you could very clearly see Stella coming along the side of the wall because she's up there, and you watch as she's like has her moment before she's picked up like a sack of feed.
Then I want to note that as soon as that happened, that that Alejandro went. Just like scoffing at his friend Stella, just like, here we go again. Of course, that's what she's gonna do. And then I keep observing.
Okay, and you do watch as you can clearly see the path of this little pirate squad, who, by the way, at the end of this round, dispatched this soldier with just gruesome force. Is basically one is trying to block with his pike, but the other one just kidney stabs him as he falls down, and Reyes attempts to walk over, and one of the guards holds his hand out while she steps over the corpse, and she continues to run, or then I wouldn't even say run at this point. She's sauntering up to the wall in which the rope is being dangled down for them to climb up. So, no one has any more raises, right?
We could. Do we need
think
them?
No, the action sequence is still going.
I think I have 2 more.
You have 2 more?
I don't know if I
usually keep the die.
No, I keep I have 2 more actually, because I don't think I spent any raises to seduce him. He just liked me.
He just, there wasn't much seducing. You are booty.
Are we
Literally and figuratively.
Yes, I have 2 left. Are we on the ground?
No, you're on the top of the wall.
Okay, then I want to buy a hero point.
How about this? I will let you buy a hero point. Normally because I just don't want you to feel like you can get hero points every single round. But since you're essentially allowing yourself to be captured.
I'll give you 2 raises for a hero point. There's something I want to do. But
Stella, you allowed yourself to be captured in order to find out more about these pirates. That warrants buying a hero point.
That's pretty good.
It's pretty ballsy to just jump into the arms of a pirate and just see what happens. So.
I have goals.
I am all for it, but because this action sequence sounds like it's continuing, right? We can decide new approaches if we so wish.
Okay.
Alejandro, they are attempting at this point, Reyes and her entourage. That's what I should have been saying from this point. From this point. Anyways, entourage. As they're getting up to the rope, you can see as they're getting a boost up as they are continuing to basically rappel up the side of the stone wall.
Do I recognize Captain Reyes?
Wait, they're coming.
She has a level of infamy, so she's like well known in this world.
You have actually never seen her.
Okay,
But you know the name.
of her. We know the name.
She is, to borrow from popular media, one would call her the Dread Pirate Reyes. So, she
Her
is.
real name is Wesley. Got
But no,
Dread Pirate
she is.
Reyes, that's amazing.
She is unfortunately notorious
Yeah.
as a captain, and she is the captain of. Ready for it? The Crimson Roger.
It's her.
You know her as the notorious captain of the Crimson Roger, which is an almost mythical ship that has never ever been taken down, nor has anyone ever caught this ship.
Has anybody?
Yes.
Okay, searching our pirate outlaw knowledge about the Crimson Roger. Is it possible to kill your way onto the ship? How do people become part of the crew of the Crimson Roger?
Ooh, that's interesting.
Do we have to? Do people? Is the Crimson Roger's crew full of all outlaws, all murderers, all pillagers, all rapists, or is it like, oh, they're outlaws, but only to the establishment because they're like Robin Hood?
They're all Robin Hoods.
Okay.
Where are they in the pirate knowledge? Are they
Chaotic good or chaotic evil?
Thank you.
Yeah.
Or chaotic neutral.
Chaotic neutral, yeah.
This would. How much would you know? I mean, this is actually very interesting, because some of these intricacies are probably only known amongst the pirate community.
And are we in that community? Do our 7C? Yeah, put that back in.
How about,
Thank you.
honestly, I know, without
Or are
of
we
course,
like a legit crew?
feeding you too much. You're a legit crew, but you're more of a mercenary crew,
Right.
Because you went out to go and fulfill a certain goal.
People hire us to do shit. These guys just fuck shit up.
They fuck shit up. I would say the only real person who would likely have gotten this scuttlebutt information from is probably Fateless, because he is a sailor.
And he's-
You know,
yeah, it's true.
I'm
He's
actually a
busy.
pirate.
he's actually a pirate.
I am a pirate.
I'm a monster hunter.
I know.
We're so cool.
Okay.
So you, Santiago, would probably not know at least how to get onto the Crimson Roger.
Right.
But you would know that it is an infamous ship that has, tales of legend centered around it, and that they are known for taking no survivors.
Nice.
Okay.
No survivors. Throwback.
Throwback.
I like that. Oh man.
That is probably as much as you would know. Now, Fateless would likely know more, but probably without prior discussion beforehand, that may be difficult to tell.
Okay, then knowing that, can I haven't had a roll, or is there an opportunity to roll? Do I have to wait till the action sequence is over? But what I want to do is I just want to ignore that for a second, but hop up onto the wall, find another way myself. Yeah, in that corner, go upstairs, whatever I have to do.
That's fine. There's no real consequence
great.
inside of that.
I'm looking over it to the ocean. What do I see? The Crimson Roger.
I will tell you what you see,
Good.
because I have a feeling that there's a duel that's still on top of
Yes, there is.
Alejandro that is still, Angelico, that is still to be contended with Fateless. So, amongst this
Baby.
melee of chaos, Fateless, you jump down onto the banister with your hatchet and your sword, and you watch as Angelico, still in his pompous laughter, goes, Maya, escort yourself out. I will deal with this rabble.
No, Mayor. Stay and see what it is that will be revealed.
He is going to force the mayor with his raises.
Well, I'm going to. So do I get to use some raises too?
Yeah, we get to now roll some raises up.
All right.
For both of us.
I
What are we
like
doing?
it.
Well, it depends. How do you want to approach this situation with him? Are you going to be diplomatic about this, or are we going to start a duel?
Let's start with diplomacy.
You always are about starting with diplomacy. That's funny.
I'm a scholar warrior, not a warrior scholar. You know?
Just like Indiana Jones.
I mean, yeah, I'd like to try not to take your head, but if you're going to be ignorant about it, yeah,
So,
just come on.
you both with basically his rapier, and he occasionally clacks against your sword, by the way, just to keep you at arm's length. As you continue, there isn't really an opportunity to circle inside of this small patio space, but you do size each other up as he spends a raise in order to.
Well, we didn't roll anything. You didn't see any. So.
Oh, I'm sorry.
You're still using your raises from
You're
before?
still using your raise. No, he doesn't. He gets a new approach for this.
Yeah,
But he,
so this is-
unfortunately, also fateless.
Yes.
Villains always go first.
Does not surprise me. But I still
just-
get to.
So Fateless
Well,
gets
but
to go first.
can I use a hero point to go first?
No. You can use a hero point to activate abilities or get extra dice. So.
I'll take some. I mean, these aren't. Ooh, stare down. I guess I could use. But that's an advantage. Would stare down be considered something I'd activate with a hero point?
I don't know. We'll have to look at it.
Let's
I
use
would
some-
say like 3/4 of my advantages I have to spend a hero point to use.
Oh, okay.
So.
Yeah, it depends on the entry. 150,
definitely-
stare down.
And then.
Stare down.
I have a question. Well, Ivan, as far as going up the wall and coming down the wall, who's coming up the wall and who's going down the wall?
Dead men are falling down from the wall, and pirates are running up the wall.
But I was up, and this guy threw a thing down and had me over his back, and we were rappelling down, right?
He did not rappel down yet. He just threw you over his shoulder
Oh.
on the wall.
Oh, okay.
He's waiting for his captain.
Okay, so they're climbing from inside the courtyard
Yes.
up, and then the plan looks like it's going to be to climb.
They're
back
vaulting the wall
I
using
see.
grappling hooks.
Down. Got it.
And you happen to be on the wall for one of the men who is fixing the grappling hooks. So stare down allows you to spend a hero point in order to intimidate a character into backing down from a threat, letting you into somewhere he shouldn't, or otherwise getting out of your way. So if you want to do stare down right now, you can basically activate that to get him to back down from a threat. Is that something you'd like to do?
Yes.
Okay, spend a hero point.
Right.
Okay, spending a hero point. And I'm going to say, I'm looking at him and I'll go, Angelico, the gig is up. The mask will match your face. The mayor has hired me to find the traitor. Your actions clearly lead to traitorous effects. You are the only one who could have done all the things that have led to these moments.
Ah, yes. Well, unfortunately, there's one small detail, Nubian, that you may have forgotten.
I'm certain there are a few.
The most important being that it is my word against yours. A fateless man from Vestinmienmiar, or the assistant to the Duke Palfrey.
Yes, the man with nothing to lose versus the man with everything to gain.
You're clever. Well, we shall see how this resolves then on more favorable ground then. And you watch as he continues to kind of take this opportunity to back into the main gate.
Is the mayor staying with me or is the mayor going with him?
The mayor is pretty much side to side to Angelico.
Mayor, I insist you stay. You've hired me as your man to find what is going on. And I have much to tell you.
So, Angelico turns to the mayor and goes, Mayor, please. Under no circumstances should you go with pirate scum unless your life is potentially forfeit.
Your life is in danger, Mayor. You should stay with me. This man has nefarious dealings that he has brought to your town and nefarious intent upon your personages. There are individuals down there who had absolutely nothing to do with the church, who are going to be killed under your orders because of the machinations of this madman.
Fateless, I don't know what you're saying.
You know exactly what I'm saying.
How can such an orchestration like this be existing? There's pirates about. And you're saying that Angelico here is devising against hanging these men?
Angelico here is the traitor against the queen.
I'm so sorry, Fateless. I have such a hard time swallowing that. How can a man of Angelico get to such power? Yes, how can a man of my power get to such a station and yet be so close to the queen and the duke himself and not take direct action if I truly was against the queen, Fateless?
Because your machinations are not those that will bring you more power. Not so obvious that they would...
Talk. Walk. Come, if you would like to resolve this, we will take this to the duke himself.
Very well. I'm going to pick up the mask.
Well, as you attempt to pick up the mask, he puts his sword back down onto the mask.
Oh, Oh, is there a problem with the mask? Is there some reason you would not like me to retain ownership of such a thing?
This is clearly stolen material as he lifts it up and
Then
slashes
where?
it. And
Oh, no, I'm
breaks
gonna
into porcelain everywhere as pieces just shatter.
Good thing
all
we got
across.
your
I was about to say,
Yeah.
that, I was like, an extremely incriminating move. If only there were another mask that could be used to provide the same
You
proof.
see a moment where Angelico gives you a look like, touche.
Mayor, if he was not involved in these machinations, why would he shatter such an item that I clearly stated was something that could incriminate him?
The mayor's like, I'm so confused right now.
There's little to be confused about. You've hired me as your man to find the traitor, and we are standing here before him.
And I trust you, Fateless, of course, to be a man of honor and integrity, but you're talking about Angelico here.
I am talking about a man with access to the highest power, whose machinations go far beyond what we will probably imagine.
You watch as two of the city guards comes up in the midst of this argument, as both you and Angelico are still attempting to hold ground on top of each other as this stare down continues. And you see the guards come and goes, Mayor, we've managed to secure you an exit. Come with us quickly before one of the pirates attempts to take your life. And you walk up and they see as they grab the mayor, and he turns to you and looking at you, Fateless, being like, "Oh, I'm so sorry. I don't."
Are they in any? Do I have any indication that those guys are working with Angelico?
They look like the same guard that has been manning the fort.
Okay, so they don't look like Angelico's men.
They don't look like
the mayor's men.
Angelico's men. They certainly don't have robes and masks on, which you'd be.
Of course, that would be a clear indication. All right, I'm gonna say I will come with you to assist in your security. I'm sure that you have other things you need to get to, Angelico.
Right. As they continue to come down, Angelico blocks your path with his sword as best as he can. Goes, no, I do believe that we both have unfinished business, you and I.
Very well. Looks like we're gonna do.
Duel time.
Yes, he continues to push you back out.
I'm not. I got a sword in my hand. He's not gonna push me anywhere.
No, I was gonna say he just puts the sword up to hold you, to basically hold you at bay, and you can do with it as you will. Do you want to strike the sword, or do you want to continue to kind of see where this pans out? Think about that while we continue to go down into the main arena here.
Woo, intense!
This man clearly wants to fight me.
Approach. Well, he's certainly not going to let you weasel your way into the wormy ear of the mayor.
I gave him every opportunity
to what? Give himself up?
to be a gentleman about this.
Oh, come on, Angelico, you're the main villain. You know you done wrong. Just confess right here.
But see, here's the thing, though. Right now, my conscience is clear.
I know.
You got it. What happens to him now?
You handled it admirably.
Every opportunity.
But let's talk about your 4 approaches at this moment. So, Nicole, do you have anything?
Approaches that we want to do right now.
Because this action sequence, it is starting to abide. Like, it is less chaos because this is still being pushed through and the pirates are now making their way up. So I would say you're almost on like the cusp of a decision here, either like escape out with the refugees or go after the pirates, because you can see Stella without too much difficulty in the same way that Alejandro has seen her.
Great.
You know, feed sacked over the side of her shoulders. So
What is the current status of Edward and the other prisoners?
they have milled with the crowd, and they're doing everything they can to get out with everybody else.
Great. So they're okay.
They the people, minus the unfortunate individual who suffered, seems to have been extricated in the crowd. Yes, they are safe for the time being.
Okay. And as far as we know, those 6 people that brought out it, the way that Angelico delivered his speech of like these 6 are condemned, sounded very much like there may not be 50 other people in the prison.
Yes, that number potentially could have been inflated. You're starting to feel like maybe that number was inflated in order to extricate the gravity of the Vaticine situation.
Okay, great.
Inside of the Greater Mercleon area.
Okay, so if there's no other prisoners that need to be freed, I would like my approach to be to see what I can do about trailing behind the guy that has Stella.
Okay, so
but trailing at a far enough distance that they don't know that.
So does that sound like some finesse and sneak again for you?
Sure.
All right. Stella, do you have anything you were...
I'm getting on that ship, so I have something I'd like to do when
you get
Captain
the ship.
Reyes comes to the top.
Okay, all right. And how about Milton?
Now that the prisoners are safe, something in the back of Milton's mind reminds him he has some sort of brotherly, sisterly love for Stella, and he knows in the back of his mind that he should follow.
Right.
That he is her protector in some way.
Right.
So he starts. He starts in his old man way, just kind of like slow and steady, getting his way, following the pirates now.
All right.
Following the pirates now.
You're all kind of making. I'm assuming at this point you'll probably be pretty online with Jade at this stage, as you're kind of all getting up to the bottom of the wall in which the pirate entourage is essentially at the very top. And
which one's Turtle?
What turtle?
Out of the entourage.
Sorry.
Like, what pop culture reference? Excuse me.
And actually, I just know there's a guy on that show named Turtle. I never really watched it.
Got it.
It was a good question. It was appropriate.
Santiago Alejandro.
So I'm peering over the side of this wall.
That's right, and you see a very rocky outcropping, a sheer drop leading into a cliffside that has. You can basically. So the first thing that you notice when you peek over is you see a swaying sets of masts on a 3-sail Corsair.
Okay.
That is in the most absurd way possible, lifting and falling in the rises of a tide laying in the coastal inlet of this outcrop.
Okay.
By all intents and purposes, with a drop like this and with the cove kind of bending around it, the ship should have easily have been knocked into any one of the walls at the moment, or at least chipped along the side of one of the rocky outcroppings that's in there. But it seems to just be perfectly suspended in the midst of this rising and coming of the tide as it slaps against the side of the sheer rock face over and over again.
Magic ship.
And every once in a while, when it does lift up in one of the swells, you see as the mast literally does like a 20-foot high rise before it comes back down again. And like a giant oil piston, you would just see it lift up and down again in a eerily rhythmic moment. Precise.
That's weird.
To the point of precision.
Magic.
Beautiful.
Precise to the point of precision. I'm going to make that into a t-shirt.
Precise to the point of.
Is Buttface? Is Captain Reyes
Sounds
up
like
the wall?
sounds like a car commercial.
His butt face. Captain Reyes. Yes. So she was being sandwiched between each one of her entourage, and the first one that comes up, you watch as.
Is she climbing on the rope right now?
Oh yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Then I want to get out, escape from Potato Sack,
Yeah.
Stella, and I do a maneuver where I hold him by the neck, and I take my sword that I have, my cutlass, and I hold it to the rope, and I look down and I say, "Excuse me, got any room on your ship?"
All right. So I'm assuming you want to do. Do you want to do some convincing here? Is this a little?
Yes, and I think there's some version of physical.
I think brawn and convince at this point, or finesse and convince, depending on how you want to do it.
Okay, I think escaping would be more finesse, even though I am holding him. So, but finesse it is, and what did you say? Convince.
Convince.
Oh,
Unless this is a true intimidation factor. I think you're trying to convince, though.
Yeah, I'm trying to.
And that's your approach at this point, right? As far as other approaches go, there wasn't any real consequences or risks to getting to the bottom of the wall like this here. So I'm going to have you hold your raises so that we can all have an opportunity for everyone to get a valid approach in here. You do get to the bottom of the wall, and you can see Stella, in a position with the rope doing what she's doing, and it's 10 feet up, so you're having a hard time hearing what she's saying.
Okay.
But you can tell that she's put a little bit of Reyes in a compromising situation here with her guards.
How is there any like rope on any other rope on the top of this wall, or no? It's just a flat wall and then sheer cliffside, and then
on the
ocean, and then a boat.
On this side of the wall.
Other side.
The other side of the wall.
Yeah.
There is definitely enough of like turf that you could potentially go.
I see. Okay.
You could go down different levels of the cliffside in order to get down to the rocky outcrops. Essentially, it's not so sheer that it's just like Dead Man's Dive. You could go down in steps along both sides of the outcropping because it is a cove that they basically came into.
Gotcha.
All right?
Okay.
And you could go down the sides of that into the water if you wanted to.
Okay.
But right now, it looks like the thing that I will say is that in this mast that is pistoning up and down, you do see there is a single pirate in the crow's nest on the top, as you see a blood red flag with a black Jolly Roger encrypted on the front of it, as it bobbing up and down. By the way, but no wind in it, for the record.
Okay.
As there is the man in the crow's nest who seems to be ready with an arrow knocked at the moment.
Man, okay, I want my approach to be, this seems like less and less a situation that we could take over this boat. I don't think that's going to happen.
Anything's possible in 7C.
Anything is possible in 7C? Man,
I am not telling you that you cannot take over
but
this
I think
boat.
that's like in the same way that anything's possible, like in
real
America.
Right, I know, right?
Anything's possible.
Sure.
You know?
Anybody can become president, probably.
That's true.
I will just tell you that this game favors
Except
the
for
dramatic.
qualified women. All right, let's
the bold.
go with.
Remember, you're playing goddamn Pirates of the Caribbean here.
I know. All right. Sure. Let me jump into the crow's nest. Is that possible, or is it too far physically?
It is definitely enough of a dive that you could get onto the mast.
I'm going to run.
If you
and
time
jump.
it perfectly, you
Yes.
couldn't even hit. If it as it comes down as you're watching this rhythm, if it's down low enough, you could potentially get up, right up in there
the
if you
crow's
wanted to.
nest.
You may end up hitting the mast, so it just depends
That's
on
fine.
what's going on.
What are we doing with pirates?
That is some finesse and athletics.
Yes. Okay. Finesse
Son.
and athletics.
Wow.
You got it.
All right.
Can I see him doing this? Do I see him at all?
I think you would, if I were to paint a picture in my mind, I would think that Nicole is sitting on the wall and she sees Stella and she sees like Santiago Alejandro sitting up there, kind of like watching like this, like just lifting his head up and down, and then he just runs and leaps off. And you just watch him kind of come out of sight on the side of this wall as he just kind of like, okay, as he just goes.
Wow.
If I were to be directing this movie, that's how I would want that to look.
All right.
Cool.
So, but does that answer your question? Does it help you with your current situation
Yeah.
at
Yeah.
all? Okay.
Got it.
Great. So, do you want to do an approach? I'm sorry, because otherwise I'm going to go back to what's going on with Stella here.
Yeah, I mean, my thoughts on the situation right now are I don't know that taking over the ship would be my first course of action, but I also don't want Stella to die because of dude in the mast. So I support that
That's
decision.
why. Yeah, that's really why I am.
Yeah.
Because he's a sniper.
I
I'm gonna kill him,
support
take
that
him out.
decision. So
Wait, you got what?
A very important detail that I should probably tell you as well too. From this bow, you can see a long coil of rope is
Gotcha.
attached to the bow.
Gotcha.
So it's not likely to be a weapon, so likely it is to be a method
Grappling
of...
hook.
Yeah.
Of getting
You
him.
probably wanted to tell him that before he jumped.
Too late. I'm in the air.
Yeah.
Slow motion.
Oh, it's not a weapon, it's a grappling hook.
is there any way I can?
I actually think that maybe that's a detail that he sees as he's coming down.
Very
onto the
possibly.
crow's
That
nest.
is more dramatic.
Oh,
And
yeah.
we're on 7C.
Okay, there we go. So let's get to those raises. So of course, since this is a terribly risky situation, a raise will get you on the mast. All right.
Okay.
Another raise will get you in the crow's nest.
Thank you.
Another raise
Go ahead, take a
will
penny.
dispatch the pirate in the crow's nest. A fourth raise will maintain the bow.
Keep it intact so that it doesn't like drop or anything like that. Guess what's up? All 4 raises, baby. And
Would you like to describe it for me?
Yeah, man.
It's pretty epic.
It's the most graceful shit you've ever seen a pirate do. It's like you're saying, he's timing it out, and then Alejandro just goes, okay, and then just runs and swan dives and does a flip, and then after the flip, I unfurl like a flying squirrel, grab on the mask, slide down. The guy looks up like, oi! And then I literally Mario jump on his head, but I land my ass on his head. So like break his neck or like knock him out.
Crumples
With your butt?
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, as I'm sliding down.
Crumples down.
And then I land on him. I recover quicker than he does. He gets up and I shove him off of the crow's nest. So he falls, and then I turn back around, whip my hair, and I grab the grappling hook thing, whatever. Like, it's intact. So that's what just happened.
Awesome.
So
Nice.
athletic.
Great.
So athletic.
Great.
So awesome.
And with that, let's go to Fateless back at the top of this circling duel at the moment on the platform of laying out Oxenford Forest. He was blocking you with his sword. What do you do?
All right, I'm just going to raise my hatchet so that the sword's not on me, and go. Are you certain you want to do this?
Are you?
Go attacking.
Nice face.
Why wait for him to say yes?
Are you certain? All right, so let us essentially exchange blows, sir.
So wait, are we re-rolling approaches? Are we using what we have? What's going on?
And no, this is a duel. You can re-roll approaches. This is brawn and weaponry.
Right.
All right.
It be.
And I think, if I remember correctly, we actually did the dueling a little incorrectly the last time we did it. But I almost think about wanting to keep it because it was so fun to do 1, 2, 3 pick.
I like that.
I just want to make sure I'm representing the system the way that I wish.
Okay, so that's 1.
Villainous pressure. Where's my dueling?
Do you want me to find dueling in your book for you?
I'm also finding it, but yeah, I would love that. Here it is.
What page?
It is 235. Now, normally, just out of pure curiosity for the people out there who played 7th Sea and are like, well, you can't duel unless you're part of the Dueling Academy, everyone has a chance to do dueling because dueling is fun. And something that we can all agree on. The difference is that if you're part of the Dueling Academy, you can take a specialized dueling skill that allows you to pick a certain style of fighting, which is essentially a bonus skill or action in your dueling combat. But a duel is only ever initiated when a character and a villain lock swords. The brute squads you don't do any dueling with. So, just when you were engaging with a villain.
Got it. Yes. Good job finding a villain.
Wait. Oh, okay, you're actually being credited. I'm like you were like, I was like, is that like a ship's that? Wasn't sure where you were going with that.
Good job, man.
Thank you. Let's just keep the raise.
Keep the Benny Bowl nearby.
Keep the Benny Bowl close by, just in case things get a little sticky.
Great. Good. Then let us begin. So, man, you know what? In the future, remind me, I'm going to make dueling cards.
Yeah! That's really cool.
And we just them up, or put down what we want to duel with, and I'll make a little dueling deck.
I like it.
And we'll basically pick and slop down. So I will make that for the new year when we get into this. So
New toys!
For the moment, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We have 6. So holy shit.
Wow, I don't like that.
Wow.
What is wow?
Guys, we just had our first Eureka moment.
Eureka!
Oh wow, we get the points already?
Yeah.
You guys rock!
We just someone just dropped 40k Revlo points.
Wow!
And that person was Catmandu 2000.
Catmandu!
Catmandu.
Oh, you know what that means?
You're awesome sauce.
We should do a cover of Catmandu.
Yeah.
We need to
Oh
work
yeah, because
that
next
out.
week we're doing the other thing anyway, so
Yeah.
it won't
do
be
that.
relevant to this adventure. So you can Catmandu and
that's
what we're
right.
doing, mix it in.
So what we'll have to do,
That's really great.
because we're still in the midst of this, Catmandu, your Eureka moment, I will plan with the person who it's going to be with, which in this case is Trish.
Okay.
Has a Eureka moment. I am basically going to write that, script it out, and something I thought, because you're spending so much in Revlo points, is like I will probably message you on Twitch and we can talk a little bit about what you would like. Like, I'll basically give some options, and I'd like you to have some insight into what you think the Eureka moment is.
That's
Can
cool.
I
You get to
message
pick-
too?
What's that?
Can I message
Yeah.
Catmandu as well?
Absolutely.
Oh, how fun! I'm so excited.
Thank you,
the idea
Catmandu. That was awesome.
And then the idea will be is that we will basically do that Eureka moment on camera for the next episode.
I'm so excited.
Episode after next, you won't be here.
Yes, episode after next won't be here, so that will be
Top
probably
of
the
the year.
first one in
First
in
episode of the new year.
First episode of the new
We're
year.
gonna start off the new year with a Eureka moment, courtesy of Catmandu. Cool.
Yeah.
Love it. Catmandu, you're awesome. Wow. I think it's Cad. C-A-D.
Yeah,
Catmandu.
Yeah, it's not really cat.
Cadman.
Well, is it cat or cat? Which one?
Cat. I just say
Did they spell
Catmandu.
it?
Just to make sure that this is clear that Damion was a very tough choice on who he chose.
It's all good. It's all good.
But also, he just made clear I was not even in the room. It was a really tough choice.
What? Thank you.
So,
So,
Damion, why don't you take these? I'm just making some very rudimentary ones. 1, 2.
dude, Revlo's so fun.
Okay. Yeah, that's awesome.
Because I was actually going to say, since next week,
Damn. With
Okay,
that.
Yeah.
Thinking it's gonna fall.
Okay.
Starting over.
I love it.
All right.
My dad will love it. My dad will love it.
Lunge. Bash.
I love your outfit.
All right.
All right.
Let's do this.
Oh boy.
So each raise is a maneuver that we spend.
Right.
Okay. After you've used them up, and for each one, we can also just disengage, and as soon as we both feel like we need to disengage at this point. But let us essentially begin with the first maneuver. The first maneuver of our duel is 1, 2, 3, slash and slash. So we both slash each other.
What happens then?
We take
You
damage.
perform a slash, you deal the number of wounds equal to your rank and weaponry. So minus 3.
Oh, you got more weaponry than I do. Cuddle duddle.
Yes.
All right, that will
that's
affect.
great.
Yeah, I got
So you
two.
will take 3 wounds, and how many will I take?
You will take 2, sir, unless my size has anything to do with.
Ah,
I think it would. I'm large. I'm swinging at you. I'm
Hey,
very.
you write these rules? No.
But we can rewrite them as we need to, and I think
This isn't.
I don't even get extra wounds for like waiting for like the surprise aspect of things where I was like, hey, you, and I just came at him.
Came at it. You are both skilled duelsmanship. So you come in and you basically slash, and so as you come in to slash, you marked a slice down on the side of him as he backed up as a counter reaction and slashed against you, both exchanging nice beaded lines of red across each other. All right, you can't do the same maneuver twice in a row. So let's
No
pick
intention.
the next one. 1, 2, 3. Repose and parry. Great. Repose will prevent a certain amount of wounds equal to your rank, and deal a certain amount of wounds equal to your rank. You can only perform repose when you can only perform repose on your action. You must perform it on the action immediately following a maneuver that caused wounds you are preventing.
Wait, did that work?
So you can only perform repose on your action, and you must perform it on the action immediately following the maneuver that caused the wounds you are preventing. So in this case, since we're doing 1, 2, 3, normally it's in a different sequence of how it lays out, but it's at the 1, 2, 3. Repose will not prevent any damage because I'm not doing any damage.
Right, but it will still cause damage. Well, it
Yes,
could.
except for my parry will prevent a number of wounds equal to my rank in weaponry, which is nothing. Weaponry is 3 versus your 2.
Right. So nothing happened there.
So nothing happens. So you Repose while I parry out. Essentially, we slashed and then took a step back.
Very cool.
All right, as we continue to lunge across. 1, 2, 3. What you got?
Lunge.
Lunge and bash. Your lunge will give you a reckless and desperate maneuver when you perform lunge, spend all of your raises. You deal a number of wounds equal to your ranks and weaponry plus the raises you've spent.
That's 4 wounds right there.
That's 4 wounds.
Yeah.
That's a bash is?
My bash will deal 1 wound to you. And the next time your target deals wounds this round, she deals 1 less wound, so I will also take 1 wound off of your 4 for taking 3 wounds. Again, it prevents...
I thought it was the next wound.
It's the next wound, but again, it's the same way as Repose us, since we're doing it at the same time.
Okay, right.
It's a little bit out of initiative order.
Right.
Because I'm enjoying the 1, 2, 3 reveal. So I have 5 at this point on mine.
You have 5 left?
I have 5 wounds.
Oh, I thought you said you had 5 raises left. I was like...
Oh, no, I've spent 3. I have 4 raises left.
He had 7 raises? Mm-hmm. I'm in a bit of a spot.
Sounds like
From where I am up on the wall, can I see this
You
going
can
on?
see a clash of exchange and sparks occasionally coming around as you watch as he is parrying with the hatchet and striking as things are down. As essentially you watch,
We're gonna need some new subscribers.
As you watched Fateless basically bash Angelico on the side.
So
he lunged. As he lunges into Angelico, doing a deep gash along the side of him as he takes the side of his pommel and just cracks it along the side of Fateless's head.
Catmandu, you give a mouse a cookie. We want another eureka moment for Damion.
Yeah, gave him to her. Thanks, brother.
At this point, how many more bennies do you want to spend to raise your raises up?
I would at least want to equal out his.
You want to do 4? Okay.
Or maybe I should do 5. I mean, we have 10, right? We're in the middle of a big battle with the main villain.
I haven't made a decision about how many you can spend in a single round, but we'll keep going and we'll see what story happens at the end.
Am I within flintlock pistol range?
Oh, you are across the entire side of the court and 15 feet up. You're definitely out of flintlock pistol range.
Can I run along the wall until I'm in range?
You could get all the way over here and maybe try to get a pot shot at 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 45 feet away.
Is that still too much for that
If you're
gun?
along the wall, yeah, it's 45 feet on a flintlock pistol.
It's like over there.
Yeah.
Okay, well I'm gonna.
It's that little shiny spot.
I'm gonna start running to where they are along the wall.
Okay.
And leap onto the parapet that they're on.
I love that word, parapet. I never
This tower here?
The one that they're dueling on.
Okay, the one they're dueling on is 15 feet up.
From where I am.
Yes.
Yeah.
Again, Damion walked up to here, and then he leapt the distance of 5 feet up plus 15 feet across to get up onto this thing.
So from where the wall is, though, the top of the wall where I am
the
now.
top of the wall is only 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 feet away.
Oh, so it'd be a long jump.
It would be a long jump from the wall.
But is the wall higher?
But it is higher. So you
How
don't
high
have
is
the
the wall?
angle. You'd have a more
That
straight
wall just
shot.
got 10 feet higher.
I'm about to say how high is the wall? Because if the
The
wall
wall
is
is certainly more. It's equally. I would say it's an equal amount of distance from the parapet.
No, how high?
As far as height goes. So
it's 30 feet high.
It's 30 feet high.
That'd be a long
High
drop.
wall.
It's a good jump. It's a really good jump.
So a wall. Okay, so let's play this a little bit better. This is 15 feet tall. The parapet. The building is 20 feet tall.
Got it.
The walls are 20 feet tall.
Right.
Okay.
This is 10 feet tall.
So there's only 5 feet between where they are and the top of the wall.
Yes.
Cool. I want to.
Oh, top of the wall. This is the building. In order for you to do, I think, if I hear what you're saying, you'd like to run across the wall, hop on the top of the roof of this building, like literally coming up to here. Do you see where I'm at?
Yes.
And then hop down.
Yeah, I wanna see if I can jump down into the ridiculousness that's going on down there.
I'm fine with that.
I'm not leaving you hanging, buddy.
Thank you.
Let us. Okay, so now that that's kind of come into it, I'm a little out of order of things here at the moment. So it's been a long time since we talked with Milton and Stella. why don't we come back to them at the moment? And then we have Alejandro in the boat to deal with things as well, too.
Land ho!
Stella,
Yes.
this beautiful moment where you have the knife up against this guy as Reyes looks up. And as you look down to her, you can see, like, her curvaceous bosom as her, like, long-cut tunic is coming down as she, like, lifts her head up with her red hair kind of dangling down off of her shoulders and goes, "Oh, hello, who are you?"
I'm either your best friend or your worst nightmare.
I'm sorry, dear, they're both. What are you doing with my man?
I am preventing him from doing whatever he wants to me. Now, what I am doing with you, however, will determine whether you survive this or not. My friends and I have need of a carrier out of this place.
Do I look like a merchant captain to you?
My question to you was, do you have any extra room on your ship?
I love Stella.
Extra room. That would insinuate that I'm looking for extra crew members.
You might be. Slit the throat.
Kill her!
Shove the man down as she
It
watches.
looks like you at least have one spot open.
She watches as the body falls. You watches as Reyes watches the body drop to the top of the floor. Looks back and goes, "Yes, it appears I do have on my ship now that you've."
Well, she's at least got two
I guess
spots.
that's how you get on the ship.
Am I within earshot? Did I hear that?
Where are you at? You're
He's on the mast.
I'm in the crow's nest. I'm bobbing up and down.
You know what, Alejandro? Would you have liked to have heard this before you do that? Does that maybe your inciting incident for jumping?
No. After doing, it's fine. I'm just hearing it now because I would just like to chime in with like, also you need 2 spots on your. I killed this man.
You can hear that.
With my butt.
Yeah.
She can't hear it because she's on
It
the
seems
wall.
we have jumped the gun a little bit. There is actually what I need from you. There is the man you left in your crow's nest has, let's just say, disappeared. You have a choice to make. You can either let me and my friends, about 5 of us, get on the ship with you. We can be best pirate buddies. Or I can cut this rope right now and you fall 30 feet and let's just hope that your spine survives it.
I do so love a pretty woman with spunk.
I remind you of someone special, don't I?
Oh, someone so special to me that I barely can do a day without them. Oh, shall we talk further up on, well, the other side of this rope?
Yeah, can I tell if she respects what I've done or if she's...
Do you want to spend a raise to kind of gauge her reaction a little bit?
Yes.
Since this was part of your raise. You can, upon looking at her and with kind of this calm, cool air that's about her, you can tell that she is not entirely convinced that you're super dangerous yet, but you took a step in the right direction.
Oh, okay,
All right.
awesome. Then I want to see this play out too, because I like her very much too. And you
she-
as well, you remind me of someone particularly beautiful.
Oh, shut up. Flattery will get you nowhere except everywhere. And you should do yourself such an honor, dear. I did call you cute, but you're not that cute. As she lifts herself up and kind of flings
You're not
her
my
legs over
demographic.
it. Sweetie, my Venn diagram is much larger than you would think. She takes the other one. And
She made Stella blush just then.
Wasn't the Venn diagram?
And she knows about Venn diagrams.
It could be current. It could be current.
My Venn diagram is
maybe
very
she
liquid.
invented it.
Okay.
Maybe she invented it.
As she lifts the man up, and you watch as she kind of looks over to you, Alejandro, and goes, "My new friend, would you be so kind?"
You need to fire that rope over so they can get to the ship.
Yes.
I'm sorry, what?
If you're going to join my ship, then do your job.
That's right, got it. But we're gonna talk about what my job is gonna be later. Okay.
You watch as it like fires, and you suddenly see like a smoke of gunpowder go. As you watch as this thing has a kick to it, it kind of clacks you against the back of the crow's nest as it kind of makes you stumble a little bit, coming off of the back of the crow's nest a little bit.
I'll do this.
But you recover as the thing just goes, and you hear it clang as it hits the side of the stone, and you look down and you see a cranky wheel.
Okay.
As it like locks in.
Cool.
Now there's a small mounting hook that you just right there. Yes,
okay.
just put it. Good. Now make sure it's secured. All right. Good. Excellent. And you watch as she basically hops onto the rope and like literally jumps up with 2 feet, hops onto the rope like a tight walker, and starts putting one foot over another as the rope continues to lift up and down on the side as she begins to tight rope along the side of the rope onto the crow's nest.
Mm-hmm.
So,
wow, very impressive.
And the other two, not nearly as skilled, get down onto all fours and start just sloth shimmying their way across.
Can we just slide? Like if I hold a piece of cloth and just slide down?
Yeah, if you want to knock everybody off.
Oh, okay. I'll wait until they're there. I'll wait until they're there, and then I'll do it.
Take out my knife,
Mm-hmm.
put it right at the rope, and have a dialogue with Captain Reyes?
She's, to be your point, because physics, I did think of this, is as she comes down on her feet, she would, as it comes down, definitely be sliding a little bit. So in the bobbing motion of the mast as it's coming down, it would slow a little bit, and she might even jump up in order to... so if you want this dialogue, it kind of has to happen in the span of her sliding down this rope.
Fred Flintstoning it?
She's
Never
Fred
mind.
Flintstoning it.
Then I'll
That's
talk
a
to her later.
really accurate visual.
I'll talk to her later, yeah.
Okay, so as she slides down, you watch as she does a little leap, does a somersault, tops up into the crow's nest, as her other 2 men come up, and she does a little bow, and then gives you a little pat on the cheek.
Welcome aboard, Captain.
Thank you, as I needed permission to come on my own ship, but I appreciate it.
I'm simply announcing it to the rest of the crow's nest.
To be fair, if I were to be as witty as I would have Captain Reyes to be right now, she would have said before your moment was permission to come aboard.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's
Permission
great.
granted, Captain.
And so the other two slide down, and as you continue to slide up too, she waits and grabs you up by your wrist, and with an unearthly amount of strength, basically lifts you up and catches you up by the side of your waist.
Whoa!
And gives you a little bit of a face palm with her hand as she like lets you back down onto the side of the crow's nest. Now,
Not on my face, on her.
She
No,
does
on my face?
She does a little bit of this,
All right.
So as she puts you down and goes, now where's the rest of your friends?
Great question.
We'll call them on our cell phones.
Speaking of that, Milton!
I'm on my ship.
You get there.
I'm running out of breath, and I finally get to the ship, and I go, I'm too old for this shit.
Breaking up.
So you get up the side of the wall, and then you also do the rope coming down onto the ship.
No, he does not.
Okay.
He goes the long way.
Oh, he goes down?
Yeah, he absolutely goes the long way. He sees it happening, and he's like, there's no way I'm going to do that.
Starts hobbling along the side.
Yeah.
So you, Stella, you can see Milton in his gray robe with his wispy hair coming about as he's like, as like the wind's like making his robes like clack along the side of the Rocky as he's like climbing down the side of the Rocky.
There'll be along shortly.
Which leaves Nicole and Fateless.
Oh man.
Yeah, the only 2 people not on the ship.
Nicole, how many raises do you have left?
I never rolled for any kind of new opportunity when we did that.
Are in a situation now, and you get to tell me your approach on this.
Okay, so my approach is I want to like Shadows of Mordor stealth kill this guy if possible.
Nice.
So I want to run around the wall up until I'm like over top of him, get my dagger out of my boot, and just drop straight down.
All right, roll some finesse and weaponry.
Okay.
Yo. Because damn.
That's what I'm going for. Okay. The wolf pack's got to stick together.
You gotta reroll
No,
each
it's
one.
only a 2.
Wolfpack, no?
Chip.
Oh shit! Oh yeah.
Are we still doing wolf pack?
Wolf pack.
Hey, wait.
So that's
Oh,
a
but we're
15 equal 2,
missing-
right?
Trish.
You knew that, right?
Trish.
Yeah.
Wolf pack.
Whoa!
I was mathing.
We had there was a thing, and you weren't a part of it. Now you're part of this new thing, though.
You're part of it now, buddy.
I watched it.
We'll do a new thing.
Kind of, sort of.
Remember that you were the wolf pack, but now you're the crew of the La Lupas.
La Lupa.
Right.
So we're the wolf crew.
Then I have a game mechanics question.
We're
So
on the ocean.
underneath the skills where it says rank 3, rank 4, rank 5, is that just for skills or is that for traits as well?
It's only for skills.
It's only for skills. Okay. I know, right? Okay, so let's go. Okay. So that's what I got so far.
All right, 3. So you here's the situation that you're in, Nicole.
Yes.
You can absolutely spend a race to get down there and get the sneak attack on him.
Yeah.
You can spend a. Oh, thank you for the sub.
Thank you for this sub. I have a feeling we're gonna need
You can
them.
spend. You can spend essentially a raise to do. So your first raise will do an equal amount of damage per your weaponry skill.
Okay.
And then you can add more raises to add more damage. However, there is a consequence.
Got it.
You're jumping down.
Right.
And you could fall off. After hopping on him, he could throw you off. You could miss. There's a lot of things that could happen in the process of striking him down. So there is a raise involved that will essentially negate taking fall damage. Whether it be a little amount or a low amount, we will let the fate cards decide.
Got it. Okay. I am going to most definitely spend the raise to be able to jump down on him.
Right.
And my approach to try to minimize damage as much as possible is I'm gonna spend a hero point to touch my lucky earring before I go, and just kind of give it a rub and a good let's do this for extra courage to get down. And my goal is, when I sink my dagger in on the fall, I would like to try to tear down his body like one would tear down a sail of a ship.
Yeah.
To get down, to get myself closer to the bottom of the floor that they're fighting on, and kind of roll myself out of it till I'm back on my feet.
Okay, so you're spending a raise for the attack, another one to do an extra wound, and another one for the consequence.
Okay,
To mitigate the consequence, if I'm hearing you correctly, right?
Yes.
Okay. Let me check a thing really quick.
Yeah.
Let me check a thing
In the
really
meantime, I'm going to
quick.
take this opportunity to thank everyone for subscribing today.
Yeah, we got a lot of subscribers today. Thank you guys. Awesome.
I figure if nothing else at this point, I'll get the what the fuck,
No, he would definitely be distracted enough for me to do something.
Give that edge.
do something.
He's too focused on you in a not great way right now.
Yeah, exactly. Listen, I kind of maybe got myself into a thing that maybe kind of would be a little more of a thing than
You're ballsy. I like it.
Yeah, that was a foolhardy thing. I did kind of activate my hubris there. Attacking him, that was foolhardy. I knew he was a better weaponeer than I am. I was like, you're going to get it. I hubrised. I did.
Okay.
I was doing really well, and then I hubrised.
Right? They're so good, then I hubrised. And
Happens to the best of them.
I just hubris so much sometimes. Just a hubriser. I just
Strength 10. Okay, so it's a strength. You're a strong 10. Okay, yeah. Okay, you're doing another 3 wounds to him.
Cool, man.
You come down with your knife, and you bring yourself down, and you attempt to go for his back, and you cut him deeply along his back, and he screams.
Hell yeah.
"Ah!"
Oh no! I'm not allowing any turning of any kind.
Right, I see. "Ah!" And then looks kind of behind him, which is a great opportunity if you wish to use
There's
a
not
raise.
going to be any.
I will not. As a result of this, I will not actually. You do a maneuver card for our continuing duel,
Cool.
but you do 3 wounds to him, and you deal a dramatic wound
Nice.
to him. He now has 1 dramatic wound. Okay.
Awesome. Awesome.
Now, how many bennies can I use?
I honestly.
I mean, obviously, there's got to be a cap. I understand.
5. That's a lot.
That's a lot.
I'm giving. You know what? 3. 3
Makes sense.
is the max bennies you can do in a single action.
Right.
Okay.
Okay, I'll put these back.
It's a good idea. Okay.
All right. I would like. I just wish there was some way to get a little more damage out of this. Slash while he's distracted.
Slash while he's distracted. Great. How many wounds?
That's 2.
2. He has a second dramatic wound.
Yeah.
Wow.
Now, does that give us bonus dice since we're his villains?
Yes. We should get
Good question.
No.
But wait, but then it doesn't.
No. GM says no.
We have to revise this system because it doesn't. Well, no, it doesn't work for the. Or we have to figure out how to incorporate because there's things that are missing from. It doesn't work with the raises and the bonuses because it's like. Yeah, there's some muddiness to the dueling thing we're doing.
Yeah, we're doing it a little differently.
Yeah.
And we'll discuss it.
Yeah.
Off it so that we can continue to do it.
Revision to kind of.
To her strength. Actually, now that I look at it, because what the thing I'm trying to clarify here is that there is the rank of a villainy and then there's the strength of the villain.
Right.
So Angelico has a certain amount of, the rank of a villain is equal to its strength plus his influence.
Okay.
Okay. Angelico has more influence
Than he
than
does.
strength.
Yes.
Okay. And so I'm trying to find out just how many wounds he can take.
Right.
So I'm just going to check my notes super quick to remind myself what his strength is.
He's dead.
It's worse than that. He's dead, Jimmy.
12. Okay. So in that circumstances, I will tell you that he has 3 dramatic wounds.
Bam!
Whoa.
Okay.
He's doing it way out.
And at this point, you strike him down on the back, and he falls down to the floor with the knife still stuck in his back. And you can start to hear as his lungs are filling up with blood.
Ooh, buddy.
Oh my gosh.
So funny how heroes always cheat.
Damn you. You watch as he takes.
No!
What are you going to do?
Know me better than that. There is no while he. No. I'm running this fucker through.
All right. He is helpless, and you'll be taking it. But I do get a chance to do a maneuver this time.
Okay.
All right.
Fine, but no, I'm not.
So 1, 2, 3.
Oh, wait, wrong one.
Lunge, parry.
Oh, nice.
All right. So I will take a chance to do a parry because I can.
Well, there's 4 coming your way.
There's 4, so I will reduce it to 1 because my weaponry is 3.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So you strike him again. So basically, you lunge to finish him off when he takes his sword and clacks it in a wide arc to the side, taking your sword down into the cobblestone floor at the moment.
And that's probably where I get my wound.
Right, and he'll take a wound from the hatchet as well too. He has one last trick up his sleeve.
I don't like tricks.
And we'll just see.
Of course he does.
What it means.
No.
By the way, as you cut him, you basically put a giant gash.
Whoa!
He's very unhappy.
As he starts to bleed down the front of his face.
Very cool.
As you look at him and he continues to, you can again, he starts to cough and you can see blood speckling onto the side of the cobblestone, bleeding in front of you.
Can't see out of his left
eye.
Yeah,
Reaches.
And where's my magic?
What kind of novice adventurer allows a bad guy to reach? Did he know reaching?
Finally, we have one more, because I'm at 2 raises left at this point.
You still have. Oh, you're out of razors. Actually.
I'm out of
we all
razors.
laugh.
I
But you
could
can
Benny
grab
if I
Benny.
need to.
We did,
Yeah,
didn't we?
What?
This is Act 2 of leaving Fateless.
Yeah, you guys just left me again.
You're going to use against us forever.
I know.
It's not over yet. It's not over yet.
I know I'm new to the group. I know I arrived under mysterious circumstances, but I would like to be treated,
I was just chasing my sister down. Pirate was holding her.
Nicole didn't leave.
Stella and I have secured our ride, if you will, to where the getaway
You
drivers.
just have to get there.
Yes, and we can back that ship up and go and pick up whoever we need to. But also, we know that Nicole is going to witness what we did, and then know to gather Fateless and herself to come over. We know that.
You know
That
that,
was an
Nicole's going to be
excellent-
like,
excellent
adventure? Where?
that was an excellent bit of a explanatory oration, my friend. I don't like that laughter. I do not like it at all.
Wait until we get into our next skirmish. Like it's gonna be like Fateless surrounded by us, just like we got him.
I've got 2 backup plans if this goes awry.
At
so
least
I'm
I
ready
have.
to go.
At least I have one member of the group who has at least some sort of.
Loyalty.
But hey, you know what? At least you got one.
One is better than none. I'll take one.
You
He's gonna do something horrible.
Okay.
Yeah,
He's looking at you.
Or he's,
As he puts the sword down and he holds it.
oh, man.
He holds your sword and your axe with. Oh, that's even better. I like that. So he's holding your sword down, but your axe. You basically clipped it into his arm as he's holding it with his arm up at the moment.
Right.
As you watch him take his arm down and pull out.
Now you do realize that obviously I'm out of actions, but there's no way I would let him pull out.
Well, no, it's fair. I mean, you're going to try to pull out and do it, but he's holding him down,
right.
And what you see as the pool starts to blood. This is better because this will be in line with kind of how things are happening with you, not allowing stuff to happen.
Yeah.
As you watch the pool of blood start to fill, basically the bottom of the area right here, you watch as the blood starts to darken,
I knew this was gonna happen.
and it begins to sizzle and boil as the blood starts to steam comes up from it as he looks at you. Fuck you, Nubian. As the whole blood explodes into blackness, and you watch as the whole floor underneath you disappears.
Well, that's unfortunate.
Just underneath him or underneath everybody?
You and him, as the floor basically becomes nothing, and you look as you start falling into, for a brief moment, darkness, before it becomes light again, and you realize that you're on the other side of
the cliff.
The cliff, yes, of the cliff, and you realize as you come through, a portal has opened, and you open up to basically see blackness, and then all of a sudden blue sky, and you're falling for 10 seconds or so before swish, as you both fall into the ocean.
Oh!
Well, I can swim, all right.
As you look out on the horizon, you see nothing.
Oh.
You see no land. You see no
Oh, that's a problem.
area at all. You hear the sound of seagulls as you
Oh, there's
clash
seagulls!
your
If there's
head
seagulls, that means there's land nearby!
Seagulls are good.
You hear the sound of seagulls as your heads clasp up and gasp for air as you start to look out, bobbing in the open ocean.
That's unfortunate.
As that was where we're going to leave our episode.
God.
Damn it! Oh, damn it!
Hector, we were a little bit too.
I hate death curses.
We got separated.
For the record, just so that it's abundantly clear, when that pool was coming out, you were watching Angelico essentially bleed out You didn't see him die, but he may as well have been dead.
Okay.
Okay, so we didn't actually see him.
Wow. Well, I mean, that feels good in some little bit of.
Well, we don't know he's dead.
Right
No, if you don't see the villain die, the villain is not dead. Come on. That is storytelling 101.
He was bleeding out. So, as we end the rest of 2016 in ForeverVerse...
Where did they go?
Where did they go?
Who knows?
Are they in the Vadacine Gulf?
They're just around the coast.
Just around the coast? Or are they in Grumfather Bay? Is it cold?
Are they in the maw?
They're in the maw. Grumfather
I don't know,
Bay.
but I hope your boat is fast, guys.
Quick question.
Yeah.
He said, F you, he said, fuck you, Nubian. Does Faithless know he's a Nubian? I don't remember if he would actually know that he was.
I don't think he knows. I think he's just making a jab at yourself.
It was just a jab at the thing. Okay.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
I think he's just, I don't
know if he knew something. Maybe he saw the thing and was like, I know who you are.
He's an all-around nasty dude.
Yeah, he's
so
kind of a dick. I'm glad we
him.
jacked him up. I wish we had really jacked him up.
Well, you jacked him up pretty bad to...
If we did not see him die, he's not dead.
If you would like to know just how bad you jacked him up and just how bad it could be, he needs to have 4 dramatic wounds in order to be helpless. You gave him 3 dramatic wounds. You were 1 wound away from if he had given himself a dramatic wound, which is what he has to do in order to do the Poitier, which is the blood magic. He has to give himself a dramatic wound, giving him a 4th dramatic wound, making him helpless.
Right.
So only because he had that arm. Yeah.
So he had 1 wound left in order to die. Because he was currently helpless at this stage. You know? So
yeah, but Voldemort was helpless and then he came back.
Oh my god, Voldemort.
That's what I'm saying. He's not dead. If I'm not holding his head, he's not dead.
But we'll see what happens as we come back. And we also have a glorious, wonderful Eureka moment to draft.
For Trish. Oh my god. I'm so glad it was one of us. It's good.
And I actually am looking forward to having this Eureka moment while you're bobbing through the ocean.
And the Eureka moment has to do with our alpha character.
It has to do with the overarching storyline.
What are we doing next week, Ivan? Have we announced it?
Next week, I will be out at a book signing for the ABCs of RPGs, so I will not be able to GM. I apologize.
What time is that? From what time to what time?
1 to 3.
Shout yourself out.
Yeah. So if you guys want to go to if you're in the LA area or particularly Ventura, there's a place called Hypno Comics in Ventura, California.
Cool. That's very cool.
Where I will be doing a book signing of the ABCs of RPGs, and it's gonna be from 1 until 3. It'll be a fun little opportunity, and then the following Saturday at 1 p.m. I'll be doing a book signing at Meltdown.
Yay!
Great.
Nice.
Great.
Meltdown.
So
Also,
what's the date on that one?
That's the 17th.
Cool.
Yeah, December 17th.
Nice.
So if you're in LA, if you're in Oxnard, come to Hypno. If you're in LA proper, come to Meltdown Comics. Come get your book signed.
So we're here. So we're here next week with the.
You're here next week for a one-shot with Eric Campbell, who's going to be running World of Darkness.
Cool.
Because you're using World of Darkness as your alpha characters anyway. So that whole character sheet. And we're going to have conversations, but it's basically going to be a little... It's not unlike the Liam one-shot that is done for Critical Role. It's still in the world of ForeverVerse, but it's one of those things where it just either happened in a different timeline inside of the same story, or maybe it happens in the midst of the timeline in 7C. I'm going to let Eric decide that.
When do we come back? And our date back? First day back?
First day back is going to be...
January 15th.
January 15th.
So it's next week.
Oh, I just made that up.
You just made it up.
That sounds like a long way away, bro.
It's the first week.
January 34th.
It's the 34th.
Okay.
April 1st.
We're coming back on
January 4th.
January 4th.
January 4th.
So our show will actually be one of the first days back.
Yeah!
On January 4th.
So we're here next week for our one-off, and then we continue where we left off in this storyline on
January 4th.
January 4th.
Got
But
it.
you should come for the one-off, because who knows what kind of wackiness is
Come
gonna
for the
happen.
one-off,
Yeah.
and then on Friday is the Geek and Sundry
Oh, yes.
Christmas party.
Christmas party.
yes.
Which will be streamed. And
It's not this Friday, it's following Friday.
Yeah.
well, yeah, the Friday after. So Friday the
Friday after
16th.
the one-off.
Friday the 16th.
after the one-off.
Yes.
Right.
So come. There's gonna be lots of music. There's gonna be lots of
yeah.
fun.
Or at least come
I'm
join us
bringing-
on Twitch.
I'm bringing Phoenix.
Awesome.
So-
Yeah, there's gonna be a baby.
Oh, the baby!
Baby.
You can have a baby. Good times.
But guys, thank you so much, and we will see you.
Thank you.
I will not see you next week, but you'll see all the all of our amazing adventures. So cool. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Hey everybody, thanks for watching this episode of ForeverVerse. Make sure to like and comment and subscribe as we'll be releasing episodes on every Thursday on GNS's YouTube, starting with the first episode right here. If you'd like to jump ahead to the current point in our campaign, you can always watch us live on Twitch, Wednesdays at 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. If you want to watch ForeverVerse episodes that are available right now, you can always go to projectalpha.com. They are all there for you. And if you want to watch episodes that we've already released on YouTube, there's this fun little playlist right here. Thanks. Goodbye. Yes.